I'm Eric Fasbender with LSU Athletics, and this is how I maintain Celebration Bermudagrass. Ever since we've had this concert on Memorial Day weekend, we come in and completely resurface the entire field. That's usually done about 2 weeks after, so basically mid-June is when we finally have, after the field's been prepped, the grades have been prepped, the sod is laid usually by the middle of June. For the first couple of weeks, we really kind of nurse it along, so to speak, kind of that newborn mentality, basically just mowing and fertilization, really watching our watering. And then once we kind of hit that 2-week mark, we start kind of abusing it like the teenager, I guess, giving it the tough love. You know, a lot of verticutting, top dressing, aeration. We're basically trying to beat it up as much as we can going into football season so that it's as durable and as tough as we can make it. Anytime that you're dealing with celebration, our kind of mentality is that you got to make it look really bad before it can look really good. And what we're trying to do is cut all of our stolons to reduce our segment length so that it can actually start rooting, as well as when we aerate, trying to eliminate as much of the original sod layer as we can so that we've got our good drainage, there's no shear planes that are involved. And we top dress quite a bit as well to really increase the firmness and footing for our athletes. We do have some 419 fields that are our football practice fields, and we don't cultivate them nearly, have to cultivate them nearly as much as we do with the celebration. The upside of that is you know, we get a much more durable turf, I feel. It recovers really well from damage and harm. And the other side of that too is that, you know, the fertility isn't nearly as much. The demands of the fertility aren't nearly as much as our 419 fields. All we're doing right now is just fine tuning. So we're gonna just do a light top dressing this week coming up. Basically about 7 to 9 days before the home game, and give it one more shot of fertilizer just for that kind of green up, I guess you could say, for the game day appeal. And from there it's just going to be paint and mow after that. Anytime that we have a back-to-back game, we really don't do a lot of cultural practices on it in terms of verticutting or top dressing. We will mow on a regular basis every day. And for the initial part of the week, we actually mow kind of against our game day pattern. So that's one thing that a lot of people really, I think, can help themselves with is that if you continually vary your mowing pattern and you constantly are pushing your leaves back and forth, it really helps with a lot of the tufting that you see with celebration. And so basically on Saturday after the game, Monday and Tuesday, we'll mow against our game day pattern. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll mow our game day pattern in. And that helps us out a lot. But in terms of after games, we'll come in and we'll basically mow everything, blow off the field, and sweep up the debris. And then that night, it gets a 17 shot of fertilizer, usually about a quarter of rate, just to something to kind of get it out of its damage, you know, so to speak. If we don't have a game the following week, what we'll do is we'll actually come in with a verticutter and very lightly verticut the field, and then give it just a real light top dressing, and then fertilize it after that. And we're doing that because we really want to try to help cut, like I said, those stolons and really eliminate a lot of the tufting that we see. Plus, it also encourages that lateral horizontal growth and really helps to create that nice thick mat layer that we're looking for. We usually overseed anywhere from the middle to end of October, depending upon our schedule. We play Florida this year on October 12th, and we'll be overseeding probably the next day. Really light, you know, anywhere from 4 to 6 pounds to kind of get our base layer. I believe heavily in overseeding in layers, so to speak. So we'll overseed then, and then again after our Furman game, which is 2 weeks later, we'll put out another, you know, 8 to 10 pounds so that we can kind of carry us through November. The more you can beat it up, the better is basically it. I think the best thing that I can do is tell somebody that if you're putting in a celebration field, the biggest trick is to make sure that you've got a good quality reel mower and a verticutter. And if you have one more piece of equipment to add to that, would be a top dresser. The more that you can beat it up during the growing season, the better off it's going to be for you long term. Tiger Stadium gets replaced every year, So we really don't have a lot of thatch management issues that we have to deal with here. But Celebration, because it does become so laterally growing, thatch can build up, and that's where that verticutting really comes into play. At our soccer facility, our softball facility, and at Alex Box, we basically, during the summer, it'll get aerated twice, verticut twice, and Topdress twice. And then we typically verticut and Topdress once in the fall, and then aerate once in the spring. So you're basically looking at 3 aerations, 3 verticuttings, and 3 top dressings every year is pretty much what we do. And when we top dress, we go pretty heavy. I mean, we bury it.
You're still happy with it so far?
Oh, we love it. I mean, if we weren't happy, the proof is in the pudding. Since I've been here in 2009, we had 2 fields that were Celebration, our soccer facility, and Celebration had just been installed at our softball facility, Tiger Park. Since then, we've turned over Tiger Stadium, Alex Box, and our track and field facility, and there's plans in the future to be renovating our football practice fields, which will all be Celebration as well. So we love it here in Southeast Louisiana, and it's just a fantastic growing turf for us.